Hey everyone, Stuart here. How is it going? I am so much loving these conference rooms in my co-working space. It's a lot of fun to try these different spaces out and see how they feel. Today is the yellow day. Uh, I wanted to talk to you guys about LinkedIn and how to use LinkedIn because when I look out on the international student space, I don't see it getting used properly. And as a result, people are not empowered in their job hunts in the way that I really would like them to be. And certainly within the Career Accelerator program, we are all about using all of these tools to empower our job hunt so we get to where we want to go. Now, there might be a dozen reasons why we are sheepish or shy about how we use LinkedIn, but it comes down to this one question. Are you using it proactively or are you a passive recipient of information on LinkedIn? Like getting hundreds or dozens of these pitches from career coaches or training programs into your inbox. And is that what your LinkedIn experience is mostly like? Plus, mainly sometimes very shyly checking on some pages of some other people in your dream companies, but shy to do that. I think that's what's going on in a lot of the lives of newcomers to the LinkedIn game. And generally speaking, if you're in school and you haven't been out in business for a long time, you probably are kind of new to LinkedIn, especially if it's in like a different culture and you're trying to also keep up with schoolwork and family, social life. LinkedIn probably doesn't become your favorite place to hang out. And when you do, it's mostly this inbound situation, and you're probably ignoring most of the information. Now, what I want to suggest is that you can ignore that information. That is fine. But I want you to use it in a proactive way. And maybe I need to be the person here that tells you that you can do this. You can use LinkedIn to find anyone you want to, reach out to them in a systematic way, and get them to know you, get them to like you, and get them to want to support you in your career, either by a referral or by giving you the next step in that interview process or by giving you an opportunity to intern. All of this is possible on LinkedIn. And so I think what it probably comes down to is for you to change your mindset now. I just ask you to think differently about how you use LinkedIn. And I'm using LinkedIn because that happens to be the social media platform of this era at this time where everyone is on there. Every company that you might want to work for and every individual in that company is there. They're there, and there's no secretary or administrative assistant separating you and them. So I want you to think differently about LinkedIn. It's this opportunity for you to be outbound in your job hunt, to be proactive. So whereas on one hand, most people or some people are just the passive recipients of a lot of unwanted marketing messages. And I'm sorry if maybe I'm one of those for you. That's not my intent. My goal is to train and transform lives and to bring people into awareness through the Career Accelerator program and other means like this video, that there is a way to have control over your job hunt and be successful. And it's not just about those companies that would sponsor you or would not sponsor you, but just going back to basic principles. What do you dream of doing? What companies do you dream of joining? What work inspires you? And you can use LinkedIn as this platform to discover, first of all, what those things are that you want to do. But if you already know, to go out and pursue them. And so LinkedIn is very much the opportunity for you to be outbound and proactive in your job hunt. Now, I have a program called Job Offer Messaging, which is kind of not the whole Career Accelerator program, but it's like a part of it, which focuses on messaging and walks you through how to understand messaging and what that's all about. And you're welcome to check that out. I've got a link to that here below somewhere. You can check out that link and see if that's a fit for you. LinkedIn is a place for you to be outbound in your job hunt and not just principally inbound. And when I say outbound, what do I mean? I mean systematically using the filtering of LinkedIn, of that capacity to identify exactly who you want to work with or for, and then messaging them. And not on, say, in mail, but actually a direct message to them And our goal is to get them to become aware of our existence, right? These people at some point are strangers in our life. And at some point, we hope that they're not strangers in our life. And so you have to ask yourself, at what point do you want that transition to happen? Do you want that to become sooner or later in your job hunt? Sooner, hopefully, right? So get them to know you, and then get them to like you, and then get them to want to support you. And so it's a proactive outbound exercise. And I want you to change your belief on how to use the social media platform so you're getting what you want out of your job hunt. I want you to have meetings on your calendar, as many as you want, but I want you to have an abundance of them. I want you to look at your next week, and see that there are meetings on your calendar with the exact companies that you want to be talking to, with the exact people who have the influence and power to hire you. And your job then is to get them to know you, to like you, and to want to support you. And so the matter is getting them, identifying them, messaging them to connect, and then following up on that message with a request to meet. And it could be for coffee, it could be for video. Now that we're in the time of this post COVID era, video discussions are viewed as being on par with meeting face to face. So, this is actually an amazing golden era for networking, because you don't actually have to fly to New York or San Francisco to have a meaningful meeting. So, LinkedIn for you is an outbound platform. It's a place for you to generate as many meetings as you want. And there is an art and a science to doing this. Don't get me wrong. This one video here doesn't solve the whole equation. That's not my goal. My goal is to give you an awareness that there is this outbound activity that can be part of your job hunt. And that outbound activity is not limited to people that you already know, or to your recent grads, or just your alumni, but really focusing on the people who are the strangers, who aren't in your network yet, who are the senior executives, getting them on your radar so that they can get on, well, that you can get on their radar, right, in exchange, and then to take them through a process of getting them to know you, like you, and want to support you. And the networking call is important. And yes, exactly what to say and do is beyond the actual scope of this video. And yes, I do teach how to do that. I just want you to know at this moment that this is possible. And if you want to go out and research, go figure those things out on your own. That's wonderful. I want you to do that. Know that these are things that you do need to figure out at some point, how to properly conduct a networking meeting. So, quick note here, LinkedIn is one of the great ways for you to get your dream job. It's not just about posting responding to a job posting on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is much richer than what jobs are posted. LinkedIn is about you deciding where you want to be. It's about you deciding your own fate in your job hunt. How many calls a month, a week, a day do you want to have with people? Okay, getting those set up, getting them on the calendar, confirmed, having those calls, discussing the next steps in that relationship. This is all within your ability. So I want you to think differently, change your mind about how you're using LinkedIn right now, and go out and claim your future, because you've earned it.